Hey guys, I taught a class on Friday on core, and it was a pretty good class. I was happy with it. We had, I think, over 10 people join us. So, but it turned out that I didn't press the record button. So I'm gonna redo the class just for you. So for this class, you will need a blanket. And I like using like a blanket that's not too, thick. So something like a bed throw will do. Then you'll need a belt or like a long scarf. I have a karate belt that my middle son once used. Then you'll need a ball. You can use a tennis ball, or my favorite ones are yoga chin-up therapy balls. And also, you'll need either a stack of books, something like this, just to give weight to our arms when we do a particular exercise, or even something heavier, like I have a med ball here. Yeah, so before we start, I wanted to give you a visual. So I have the slinky here. And I want you to think of your core. So the section of your body that's between your rib cage and your pelvis, the top of your pelvis. I want you to think of this part as though this is a slinky like this. So, and I'll be saying, stack your slinky. And what I mean by that is that I want the slinky to be stacked. So when we move our arms or our legs, or we're engaging through the core, what happens very often is that the slinky gets deformed, right? So this section of the body. So, it's either bulging like this, or you can end up sort of deforming it further below, creating too much curve in the lower back. So this part of the body, for today's class, I want you to think as though this is a slinky and we're trying to keep it stacked. Nothing wrong with allowing it to move once in a while as the situation requires. And this part of the body was designed to be, in fact, quite mobile, but also very stable when need be. When we need to move our arms and legs, we want the core to stay nice and stable. So it kind of relates to when we're sitting up. So when we're sitting, that's what it looks like when the slinky is stacked. When it's not stacked, sometimes the rib cage pops open in the front, or your lower back arches too much. So, and when we're lying down, the same thing can happen. So the slinky is like this, and then sometimes it bulges through the front or at the lower back. So you'll see what I mean when we get to that part of the lesson. I want you to take your belt and I want you to wrap it around the bottom edge of your rib cage. And I want you to take a few gentle, soft, but long inhales. And I want you to feel how your rib cage is expanding into the belt. And as you exhale, the rib cage is gently hugging everything back in. You can even tighten the belt a little bit on the inhale, and you will feel that resistance. And then as you exhale, you feel the rib cage gently shrinking back to its original size. Inhale and expand. And exhale and shrink. So now I want you to inhale one more time. And as you exhale, Make the exhale longer. So keep exhaling, and at the very bottom of the exhalation, you feel how your abdominal wall is pulling the front rim of your ribcage down. And then inhale again, expand into your belt. Feel that expansion all around the circumference of your ribcage. And as you exhale, nice and long, feel it shrinking. And at the bottom, feel how it's pulling the top rim of your ribcage at the front down into your belly. So that's the exact action that we want from the abdominal wall when we're doing some movements today. So that's the part that activates the deeper layers of your abdominal wall, the muscles that are going across your belly and they're deeper inside. We'll fold the blanket in such a way that it's sort of in a longer shape, and we'll tuck the top part under, so this will be underneath your head. So we'll settle onto the blanket, and I want the bottom edge of your shoulder blades to be lining up with the edge of your blanket and your head on the higher part of the blanket. Like so. Nice, you can keep your knees bent, feet on the ground. Take a couple breaths here and feel that expansion through the ribcage. And then softening and letting go. Stay aware of the edge of the blanket lining up with the edge of your shoulder blades. Make sure you're not bulging the slinky with the front here. So we keep the slinky stacked. And we expand in all three dimensions when we inhale. And then we go back to where we started from when we exhale, nice and soft. Now we'll bring the arms out to the sides. And this is already a really nice chest release. Couple more breaths here. And then see if you can rotate your arms out so that the thumbs are on the floor and your pinkies are pointing up towards the sky. And then gonna glide your arms up and over your head, gliding the thumbs on the floor, and then bringing the arms down. So it's like making snow angel shapes on the floor with our arms in external rotation. So up and over your head. As soon as you feel your arms are coming off the floor, so stop there. So this will be the end range for you now. And then glide them down. If you found a line of stretch that feels particular sensation reach, you can sort of stay there and take a couple breaths. Make sure the front rim of your ribcage stays down. We don't want really bulging through the front. So the ribs are sinking gently into your belly. And exhale. And at the bottom of the exhalation, feel how the front rim of your ribcage is pulled down by your abdominal muscles. Inhale. Keep your arms as high as you can. Exhale and feel that pull through the front rim of the ribcage down. And bring your arms down. Beautiful. So now we're going to roll over to one side. And we'll find our ball. So your tennis ball or your tune-up ball. We'll leave the blanket on the side and we'll settle onto the right side. And you can use your right arm as a pillow. So here I want your body to be lining up along the edge, long edge of your mat. So if you look down at your knees, make sure the knees and your hips and your shoulders are roughly on the same line. So we're not in a child pose here, right? So we're gonna squeeze the ball inside the top knee. And we're on the side here, but it doesn't mean that we want the slinky to bulge to the front, right? The slinky is still stacked, and we'll try to move the hip without letting any movement happen through the core. So you can anchor yourself with your fingertips on the front, and you'll reach your thigh back. Notice when the slinky wants to bulge to the front. So keep it stacked, reach the thigh back, knee goes up as the heel goes down, resist the knee back towards the wall, and then pull it through and bring it to your chest without shrinking the slinky to the front. And we're gonna do it again. So extend your hip back, keep your slinky stacked, knee up, heel down. And this is quite a lot of work if you're paying attention to that slinky being still and stacked. One more time. Extend back, knee up, heel down. Pull through. Beautiful. Let's do one more. So pull back, extend, no wrinkles to the front of your hip, and the slinky is stacked. And the knee goes up as the heel goes down. The core is really engaged here. Beautiful. So take the ball and tap the hip. You probably felt lots of action happening through the side of the hip there. And just to make our shoulder happy, let's reach the arm up and do some rotations here. Remember, like last week, we were talking about a bowl of ice cream and an ice cream scoop, and how you're holding your bowl, that is your shoulder blade still, and you're scooping out as much ice cream as possible. So rotating the arm on its axis, and again, holding that slinky stacked. And explore different angles here. Reach your arm back. And let's try a circle. So rotate the arm in, reach back, keep your slinky stacked. When it doesn't move any further, then open the armpit up towards the sky, bring the arm up and over your head. Beautiful. Squeeze your ball to engage as many muscles in your arm as possible. Reach back, rotate, up and over. Beautiful. One more time. Reach back. Slinky stacked. Rotate, up and over. Beautiful. So hold down, press yourself up. And let's switch over. Switch over to the other side. I'm testing my new fancy earphones. So hopefully the sound is much better. So again, using your arm as a pillow, let's make sure that the knees and the hips and the shoulders are roughly on the same line, and that we have that slinky stacked here, right? We're not going to the back bend, okay? So the ball goes inside the top knee. Anchor yourself with your fingertips to the front. Okay, slinky is stacked. Extending the thigh back, knee up, heel down, pulling through, in towards the chest. And then two more. Extend, slinky is stacked. Knee up, heel down, and then knee down, heel up. So we'll find internal rotation of the shoulder without shrinking the core through the front. And then we reach it back. Knee up, heel down. External rotation without bulging through the front, right? Slinky is stacked. Breathing through the nose. Let's do one more. Nice, take the ball, Tuck your hip. And we'll reach the arm up. See how the slinky was not stacked? So stacking the slinky right on your side. Feel how your ribs are pulled down by your abdominal wall. Breathing through the nose, rotating the arm at the root. Initiating right from that shoulder socket. Then try different angles. You can move your head and neck a little bit. Now we're going to reach the arm back, slightly stack, reach back, your shoulder is in internal rotation. Then rotate open, up and over your head. Slinky stacked. One more, reach back. Rotate. Slinky stacked up, over. And one more. Reaching back. Rotating up and over. So we're still in our back, and the edge of the blanket is lining up with our shoulder blades, the bottom of the shoulder blades. The slinky is stacked, and we'll see if we can bring one leg up without changing anything through the lower back. The slinky is still stacked. Okay? Now we're going to bring the other leg up. Notice if you lost contact between your shoulder blades, the bottom of the shoulder blades, and your blanket. So keep it down. Okay. Now we're going to tap one heel down, bring it up, and then the other heel down, and up, and top. The slinky stays stacked. Nothing changes in the lower back. So see how much strength and stability you need through your core in order to move your legs. Let's do a couple more taps. And the taps are very light, as though you were just testing water, like sending tiny little ripples across the water, not big splashes of water. Okay? Nice and slow. Up. And beautiful. And now if you go down, let's tilt our pelvis back and forth a few times. On the inhale, tilt your pelvis forward as though you're rolling a marble that's on your belly button towards your feet. And then on the exhale, tilt the pelvis back and press the lower back into the ground. So now our hips are still, and it's our lower back, it's our pelvis that's moving back and forth. Inhale, tilt the pelvis forward. Exhale, tilt the pelvis back. And now we'll come back to neutral. And in neutral, we have our slinky stacked. There's a tiny bit of space underneath the lower back, but the ribs are heavy on your blanket, and your pubic bone and your hip bones are on the same plane. Okay? So when the pubic bone is lower than your hip bones in the front, that means you're creating too much curve through the lower back, and you're compromising the core. The core is lengthened, so it cannot generate enough force here. When you press in your lower back into the ground, the pubic bone is higher than the hip bones, and that's shrinking the core, the front abdominal wall. So we don't want that either for this exercise. So neutral, slips. Okay, now we're going to bring the left leg up. I'm going to press the right hand into the left side. I'm going to create some resistance, okay? Make sure the slinky is stacked. You're still pressing to your blanket. Now the opposite arm reaches forward, and then the opposite leg extends. I'm going to reach the arm in the opposite direction of the straight leg. And then we'll bring them back. Resisting the hand into the thigh, and then reaching the opposite arm and leg away from your leg that's bent. Inhale here. And as you exhale, you reach
You keep pushing the hand into the thigh and the thigh into the hand. And your slinky is stacked the whole time. Inhale. And then exhale, reach. One more time. Beautiful. Now bring your knees into your chest. Maybe rock side to side. Take a moment here. And bring your feet down. Let's move the pelvis back and forth a few more times. Just noticing how movement is available through the lower back. And I'm finding neutral. And now we're going to hold it still and solid and move at the hips. Okay? So we'll bring the opposite leg up. We'll press the opposite arm into the thigh and reach the opposite arm and leg away from the bent leg. So, and bring it back. Inhale here. As you exhale, you push the hand into the thigh into the hand, and then you reach the opposite arm and the leg away from the center. And bring it back. Inhale. And exhale, reach. Come back. Inhale. And as you exhale, reach. Keep pushing the hand into the thigh and the thigh into the hand. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Knees into the chest, side to side. Beautiful. So bring the arms out to the sides and let's just rotate at the shoulder. One shoulder in, the other one out, just to give it a little bit of a break. And notice how it feels. Keep your ribs in, your slinky is stacked, and you're rotating in the shoulder. Pull the fingers up. Oh, that was good. Roll to your side. Well, now we're going to try lifting our arms up and over our head without losing that slinky here. So you can use your books. I'll do a couple reps with the books so you can see where we're going. And then I'll try it with the med ball, which is heavier, and that it will require more strength from my abdominal wall. So same arrangement for your blanket here. Make sure when you lie down, the bottom rim of your shoulder blades is lining up with the edge of the blanket. Okay. So, and I have a few books here. And you all will have your own optimal weight for this exercise. So the point is to keep the ribs in, to keep that slinky stacked while moving the arms up and over our head. Okay? So make your way into your back. Take your books. You can use like a log if you have a fireplace going. So we're gonna hold your object in your hands. We'll reach it up. Inhale, feel that extension through the rib cage. As you exhale, wait till you feel a gentle pull to the front of the rib cage. So the ribs are pulling down at the bottom of the exhale, and that's when you bring the arms up and over. And try to keep the ribs down. Back. And then you bring them back. Inhale here. As you exhale, wait for that moment when your core engages and it starts pulling the ribs down into the belly. Really cover at the bottom of the exhale, and you reach your arms up and over, and you keep your rib cage nice and stable. So avoiding this situation, right? And then inhale here, and as you exhale, keep your ribs down and bring the arms back. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Reach your arms up and over. Keep your ribs in. Your slinky is stacked. Inhale. Exhale. And up to your chest. So with a heavy object, it'll be way more challenging. And you'll have to figure out what's your best weight for this exercise. Again, the point is to be able to keep the ribs down, your slinky is stacked while moving the arms with a bit of weight up and over your head. Okay? So you can maybe add a couple books to your set to try heavier weight. Now I'll make my weight back down. Shoulder blades are lining up with the edge of the blanket. You can also squeeze something between your knees, and that will give you a little bit more stability. And you can use these books here. So the object goes up. Make sure the shoulder blades are heavy on the edge of your blanket. Tuck your chin in, inhale here. As you exhale, pull the elbows in towards each other, so they're not going out to the side, and bring the arms up and over. Ribs stay down. Inhale there. On the exhale, feel that gentle pull to the abdominal wall, keeping the front limb of your shoulder of your rib cage down. And you bring the object back up. Inhale. Exhale. Up and over. Ribs are staying down. Inhale. Exhale. One last time. Inhale, feel it. All around extension into the rib cage. Exhale. Feel the rib cage start hugging in. Pull into the front abdominal wall. Up and over. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back down. All right, so find your belt and we'll sit. You can sit cross-legged. You can have a little bit of a height underneath your sit bones. Make sure your lower back is happy. So we want to keep a little bit of a curve to the lower back. So before we go into our hands and knees, I want you to warm up your wrists. Very often in yoga classes and other movement classes, people do a lot of work on their hands and knees without really warming up the wrists, and that creates a lot of strain and tension. So I'm going to hold the ball, I'm going to loop the belt over your wrist. I'm going to pull on the belt. You're going to squeeze the ball and then you'll flex and extend a few times. Nice and slow. Find the end range here for you. Pretend you're moving through honey. See that the elbow is not tucking into the side of the body. See if you can find close to 90-degree in extension and close to 90 degrees in flexion. And see how the fingers want to let go when you extend, so keep squeezing the ball. Now go side to side. And go for a circle. Make sure you're not moving your forearm. So all the movement that's happening is happening at the wrist. With the forearm, see how the forearm wants to move? Try to keep it nice and still. Switch the direction, go the opposite way. Beautiful, okay. Now we're going to hold onto the fingers and reach forward. Nice big circles with the thumb to stretch out those fingers. Now shake it out. And we'll do it on the other side. So you can use a tea towel here. Every time you're in the kitchen, maybe grab a lemon or an orange and do a few rounds of these circles. Very helpful for your wrists, especially if you spend a lot of time on the computer. And just in general, we don't do enough with our fingers and hands, so they tend to get really stiff. So flex and extend a few times. Keep your shoulders down.
And we'll go side to side. And then go for a circle. Create just enough tension for you to feel that work happening at the wrist. Switch the direction, go the opposite way. Find the end range for you here. Find more. Nice. Is it too small? Okay. So now we're going to loop the belt or your kitchen towel. We'll loop the belt behind the base of your head just to give our neck a little bit of a release. So pulling on the ends of your belt, make sure the slinky is stacked. See how the ribs want to pop up. So bring them down, but keep the curve through the lower back. Pulling on your belt, tucking the chin in. Creating some resistance between the belt and your head. Take 3 breaths. Feel that expansion all around the rib cage. Relax the jaw. Yes, and slowly let go. And now that we've warmed up our wrists, we're ready to go on to our hands and knees. So if you know that your knees are more sensitive, make sure you have something like a blanket underneath your knees to give it a little bit more cushion. And make your way onto your hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Find your slinky here. Okay, so we're not dropping the chest down towards the floor. We're not creating too much arch there. We're pushing the hands into the floor. We're keeping that slinky stacked and stable. We're going to inhale. Without moving your spine, see if you can soften your belly towards the ground. Bellies are beautiful, especially if they let us breathe. And we need that belly to soften and release towards the floor when we inhale. And exhale. And feel a gentle hugging in. Inhale and soften. And exhale. Hug in. Pushing the floor away through your hands, using those wrists. Inhale, release the belly towards the floor. The spine doesn't move. Exhale, hug back in. Beautiful. So here, see if you can rotate your shoulders out a little bit. See, when we're rotating the shoulders, the eye of the elbow is moving forward. So this part, see how it can rotate. But try to, as though you're corkscrewing your hands into your mat, and that action will rotate the shoulder out, and that will give more support to your upper body when you're on your hands and knees, okay? And also think of pressing down through your ring finger and the pinky finger, and that will sort of give you access to the back body rather than just the front, using the front, okay? So inhale, soften your belly towards the floor, press through your ring finger and your pinky. And as you exhale, tuck your toes under without changing anything through your spine. See if you can float your knees off the floor. Keep pushing the floor away. Tuck your chin in so your neck is nice and long. And then slowly bring your knees down. Let's do it a couple more times. So inhale. Make sure the eye of the elbow is pointing forward. You're pushing the floor away actively. You're pressing down through your ring finger and your pinky, especially. And also think of as though you're trying to move your hands this way. And this will engage the side body, the side core muscles. Okay, let's try it. Inhale, soften the belly towards the floor. And as you exhale, you're pushing the floor away. Pinky and the ring finger are pushing down. And you're floating your knees off the floor. And then down.
One more time. Relax your arms for a second, and then as you inhale, soften the belly towards the floor. As you exhale, rotate the eye of the elbow forward, pressing through your ring finger and the pinky finger. Pretend you're pulling your hands to your knees. And at the bottom of the exhale, lift your knees off the floor. Beautiful. And then slow it down. Bring your toes together, widen your knees, and let's just rest on our fists here. Take a couple of breaths right into the belly. And this will be the end of this practice for you. Let me know how it went for you. Have a lovely week. Thanks.